Sanibonani bafundi, ngingunkosikazi Makula, I'm Mrs. Makula, ngifundisa abantwana benu isiZulu in grade 3. So if you look at the activity that I gave it to them, I gave them 2 activities. One is about spelling words. And I'm asking you, when they do spelling words, please let them do spelling words in syllables. When they write, even when they write in class, I told them they must write in syllables. So we did practice syllables in class, but there are some few learners who are still struggling. So I will ask them to write a spelling test, not as a word, but the word must be divided into syllables to reinforce that. So my booklet for homework, I've emphasized also the R, A, E, O, U. These are the basic things that the kids need to know in grade 3. The nouns, all the nouns, ngesiZulu, nouns, each and every name of a thing in isiZulu, it starts with a vowel. It can be R, A, E, or U. And when the kids do work, they must not say these vowels in English. The R, A, E, or U. It helps them to read. It helps them to write, more especially when they do the spelling and they write short sentences. So this, I started with a classini in the classroom, the things that they see in the classroom, right? If you look at them, they all start with the prefix, a particular prefix. In this case, the prefix is E. Isihlalo, incwadi, iklayoni. And the kids, let the kids be able to answer, to do this by themselves, and you'll help after. Because some of the Zulu words are borrowed from Afrikaans or from English. You can see an example of ikilayoni. They can write it here in English. Idesiki, they can write it in English. Iraba, they can write it in English. And also ipeni. Only the ones that they don't know, you can help. But the important thing is they must know that all nouns ngesiZulu start with a vowel. A vowel. Okay, then I did abantu. Also, you look at abantu, common nouns, umama, ugogo, usisi, uteacher, umsizi, right? Then you go to proper nouns. Proper nouns, you may not, the kids cannot, you cannot change, you cannot say, but James is doing isiZulu. Maybe James is going to change to be somebody else. No, James will remain in James, but we put the baby U in front of J. You can even look at J is a capital J. U James, U Malome, U Sarah. But when they come to English, below in this triangle, they just write James, Malome. Or if they don't want to write Malome, they can write uncle. Sarah would be Sarah. Umkulu, grandfather. Unkosikazi, Mrs. M, capital M-R-S, Mrs. Dlamini, Dlamini. Dlamini will be Dlamini in English. Unumzane is Mr. This Unumzana is Mr. Cynthia will remain as Cynthia. Amawele twins, Abazugulu grandparents. Then when you go to names of places, whether you understand a story or a paragraph or a sentence, if there is a place, you must look at the first letter. It must be in small, baby A, and the next letter is capital. Then automatically kids must be able to know that the A in front of the next letter means that these are places. A tequini, they don't need to know what this tequini is, right? If they know, they can write in English, because you know a tequini, but Deben, but that is not necessary. They can just write tequini, ekaya, the next letter is small letter, therefore they can translate this at home. Epulukwani, Pulukwani. Emahike is going to be Mahike. Ekapa, Cape Town. Trebecha. Trebecha will remain as Trebecha. Trebecha is a capital A with a baby A and the next letter is capital. That shows that all these words are places. Ngifunda eMontrose, ngiya eTech Shop. Then those are the words that shows that the A means is the name of a place. Names of animals also, they start with the A prefix E, but not all the animals. You can see we have unogwaja, we have ufudu, but most of the animals, they start with the A. We have only few that start with the U, isiZulu. But my lesson here about the A, E, O, U was to emphasize to all the kids that there is no noun in Zulu that does not start with a vowel. Then the next one is where ushukela ukudla food is the same way. Like I said, don't help them. Let them write first the one that they know, and you help after. The vowel again is the prefix of each and every noun given. Then what I'm doing now, it's I'm introducing the verbs, and the verbs and ngesiZulu, all verbs, all action words in isiZulu end with the letter R, not A, the end with the letter R. You can see them all verbs. You can write thousands of verbs, but you will see that all verbs end with the letter R. So they can write most of the words here, they know them, but I'm busy doing this now, and where they don't understand, I'm helping them. But I'm not helping them with meaning, they just act them out. So when they do at home, they must be able to remember some of the verbs. So these verbs, if they are like this, when you change a verb, because I'm doing present tense and past tense, I'm doing tenses now, then if a verb ends with the R in Zulu, very simple. If a verb ends with the R, like they are or like that, then in the past, this will be in the present tense. If they change verbs in the present tense, they must remove the R is replaced by the A or the ile, R or ile. R or ile, I wanted to type R, is replaced by the R or the ile. Then that if they do that, then they already know a verb in the present and a verb in the past tense. When they read a story, they must be able to tell me that the story is in the present tense, the story is in the past tense. They must be able to tell me if the story is in the future tense. So if they know those three things, then they are going to be able to do and read stories and be able to tell. Then in their booklet, they have this picture of a story about a man called Joseph. Look at Joseph. Joseph is a person. The U is the prefix because it's the beginning of the sentence. It's not a baby U. It's a capital U because it is in the beginning of the sentence. Joseph made, because already they have learned that all nouns, they start with a vowel, a particular vowel. Now they can see that Joseph Kumede is the name of a person. They must be able to give me names of people here. By reading this paragraph, they must be able to give me names of places by reading this comprehension. Name of a place. Mlanzi is a place. A factory is the name of a place. Why? Because they must remember the A. A for a place. A factory is for a place. eThekwini is about a place. Eskolweni. So all what I've introduced, the way I've introduced my lesson from the beginning about the nouns of places, the nouns for izinto like ukudla. They must be able to find people in this story. It's not the matter of angiyazi isiZulu, angiyazi ukukhuluma isiZulu, but you can get name of people, you can get name of places here. You can also be able to get what verbs in the present tense, because I said each and every verb in isiZulu in the present tense end with the letter A, right? There's a A, hla, la, sebenza, right? Vuka. Then this is a place. This is a place. There's a conjunction, but I know that the kids normally do little mistakes like this. It's not a problem. So you have to look at, but if they can identify some verbs here, sebenza is uhola, and tola, tenga, ukuya, hamba. They must be able to get about 5 verbs. And the kids can also be able to rewrite this paragraph. This is what I want to see them doing. Be able to write this paragraph in the past tense. Because when they write in the past tense, they are going to look for the verb that they've underlined before and change the R to A, replace, not change, replace the R for the verb with the A or ile. So they'll get more paragraphs. Even in my assessment that is due, they are going to write a paragraph, and they will be given a paragraph in the present tense or in the past tense. They must be able to change from the past to the present, or from the present to the past tense. All right, like this is going to be an activity. Then by looking there, they must be able to write verbs. Then the week 3 that I'm going to, okay, bala amagama amahlanu ezindawo. Ezindawo means what? Ezindawo places. Then they go back to the story, to the A, E, I, O, U, and they must know that places in isiZulu start with the A. It starts with the A. Mlanzi is a place. A factory is a place. A queen is a place. They must carry on looking and get places. Esitolo, and yeah, emsebenzini, they will be able to get verbs and also be able to get places.